I need to reset that room to annoy the shit out of him. What time is inconvenient? 4 in the morning? Fuck you. And that's how conventions work. Down this.
Hello.
Outside with no table, so I'm gonna have trouble drinking up here.
Just grab one of the tables.
I said I'm fat.
Clothes on white.
It's true. Hey, that man is a saint.
Oh, I know. Wrong white screen.
You want a chair?
No.
I mean, we could just grab like a small table so you can just put stuff on.
That sounds like a lot of work. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I Comedy Better When I've Had a Few. So what's about to happen is we have no goddamn idea. So a few nights ago, I got drunk with Pepper Coyote and we decided to do some stuff for you. And they put it in the con book. I don't know why, but I think that we could try to provide some entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, Pepper Coyote.
Oh no.
Well, we're going to pretend that he's here anyway. Guys, give it up for Pepper Coyote! Pepper, if you are great at giving head, stay totally silent. Ladies and gentlemen, Pepper Coyote. We all learned something new about him today. It's actually a lot of fun. I'm super glad I got to do this panel for you guys. It was a last-minute addition that I wasn't actually aware of, because the way it works when you submit the amount of panels that you have to, when you do what I do to a convention, is you just send them a large PDF file and they send you an email back that you don't read because you suck at what you do. And then you show up here and they hand you a programming guide, which I've lost. I was going to use it as a prop, but now you see why I'm late to everything that I do. Because I have lost my programming guide, but they gave me my panels, and I see on there, I comedy better when I've had a few. A panel that I run with Uncle Kage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who is home?
Tyro. He's having a great time at home right now. I've been giving him up-to-date live tweets on what's going
I
on.
was watching.
Nice.
He's so fun. So I sent him a message, hey, you gonna be at BLFC? Said, no, why? Said, they scheduled me to do the panel of ours. He sent me a YouTube video of him laughing at me for 5 minutes. Did you just get my message?
I could not find third stage.
I know, I knew it! I knew that's where you were gonna have trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, he likes to give head, Pepper Coyote!
Hi, I really have to pee. Can you vamp for a minute?
I can totally, give me that beer. You can't pee with a beer, that's illegal.
Look what's on the beer.
There's Dick. As you can see, in furry, you always notice the lines. The lines are why furries are so good at it. Notice the definition of the pubes. That's really where we shine. Lines and pubes. Which would be great taken out of context. Like, what do you think of the furry fandom? Well, pubes and lines of coke? Sure. And it's flat.
Ugh.
Well, since it's so bad, I don't think he'll mind if I drink the whole thing. He's gonna be sad when he gets back. Well, I arrived at the convention. I looked on my sheet. Well, we have this panel. So I went to my good friend Pepper and said, hey, would you mind doing this with me? He said, sure, if I can show up late. So that kind of came true. I owe him for that. But it was really nice of them to give us another chance to make some money for the charity, to give you guys a little bit more of a show. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. Let's have a good time, shall we?
Hey.
Well, I was going to start off by asking Pepper a question. So, Sandra, would you mind making up an answer? You're going to be Pepper Coyote for a second.
Shit.
Hurry before he gets back.
Seriously?
Yes, get up here. Be Pepper Coyote. Stand right here. Hold this. Okay, hold on. Look a little bit more disheveled. There you go. Oh, give me your wallet. Give me your wallet.
That's dangerous.
Okay, he's a musician. He won't need this. Okay. You're Pepper Coyote. You have to answer these questions as Pepper Coyote. So, Pepper, what's your favorite moment in the fandom that you can remember, Pepper?
I don't remember things.
Thank you,
I
Pepper.
can't do the accent of Pepper Coyote.
Is that just Southern Bill Cosby? Is that what you're going for?
He kind of goes off into his tangents and just starts talking like that.
I agree, Pepper. Now, Pepper, your first time encountering the fandom, what was your first impression?
Oh, Nothing? What?
No, Pepper, in that same voice that you were just talking in, the obvious Pepper Coyote voice.
In front of him now.
The obvious Pepper Coyote voice. Pepper, what was your first interpretation of the fandom? Like, how did that affect you in the Pepper Coyote voice? The voice that you always do, the voice that is your common birth voice, your given voice, the voice that you were born with. How'd that go, Pepper?
Oh my god, look at these fucking freaks.
Guys, give it up for Xander the Blue.
Oh, yay! Then none of my platinum left.
Look, this dick was drawn by fucking popular furry artist Tyrrell.
Yay!
Therefore, it's worth something.
About as much as the beer here, so $300.
Oh no! Look, I found. Do you guys want to hear like the most obvious life hack that everyone already knows? If you just go to the penny slots and just sit there for like a million hours, and you can spend like $4 and collect just free beers. You just bet 1 cent per roll. It takes a really long time to run out of 20 bucks. 1 cent per 20 seconds. So, in that time, you can probably collect at least 4 Miller Lights.
There is a bit more to the trick to that. Now, it doesn't always work in Reno, so we're going to give you guys a little bit of a life hack here. You guys heard of the life hacks? Yeah. You know, you go online, they're like, eat limes. I'm like, great life hack. Thanks a lot, guys. Oh, YouTube, you're just full of wisdom.
Eat limes.
So in Vegas, and it doesn't work as well in Reno, but in Vegas, it's all about the tip. Shut up.
Yeah.
In Vegas, if you use this plan, but when the drink lady comes around, if you give her a 20, you are her sole customer, and she doesn't care how little you're gambling. I
That's
cannot
my strategy
recommend.
for tonight. Is when the drink. I can't do a 20. I'm pretty small time at the dollar crab. She's getting you $5.
Oh, that's nice. Well, sit next to me. I usually tip them larger just so they don't go away.
But they will get $5 more than once.
That's nice. See, that's nice. That
Like,
works.
I don't like, because if I do the 20 and then I come back and I do 0, I'm like, wow, this relationship changed quickly.
See,
Went
that's
from
not how
20
they're
to
thinking.
0.
At this point, they're just satisfied that you think of them as a real person, so they're just going to keep coming back. Dude, the service industry sucks ass.
I think possibly the least respected service industry member in the entire world is a cheap casino drink get lady.
You are close. I have met the most.
worse?
There is one who is the most underappreciated person, and that would be the person at a comedy club who has to stand in front of the nothing. It's not a curtain. It's usually just a piece of duct tape on the floor. Like, no, this is back of house. The comedians are relaxing back there. And then the people just walk past him and he goes, yep, that's my job and that's his life. I feel bad for him. I've had to
not a
work with
curtain.
him. His name is Steve.
It's not a curtain. It's just the last table at the Domino's.
Yes.
Oh my God, Domino's doesn't even have tables. You guys ever been to a Domino's with any kind of seating area? They exist. There's like one or two that might have like like a card table with a knife in it, like almost as a threat.
What is the knife for?
Yeah, you don't sit down. You don't want to find out. Like it always seems like don't just fucking sit here. This is where we do the Coke money. That's what that table is for.
In case a quick game of knifey fingers comes out.
What you may or may not know in the depth of that joke is that you're allowed to have a Domino's that just like they're corporate, but they're not like as corporate. You can get a Domino's franchise and kind of do whatever the hell you want. We had a Domino's near us that would be like, oh here, we're here for the 5 for 5 whatever deal, and they're like, yeah, we don't take that deal. A pizza is $13. Good night. Like that's like they didn't do any of this. Like you know, all the coupons say like at participating locations only. This place participated in nothing. So you could get a Domino's and just make it a drug front, charge $45 per pizza, and just just do your deals in there. Money laundering.
We did not have the Domino's drug front. Ours was a misspelled KFC. It was just a KC. The F was gone. It was stolen, and they thought they would put it back up with paint. However, the surface they were doing on wasn't really paint acceptable. It was just multiple rods that they hung these letters on.
It was like a shingle roof.
Kinda. So they just kind of painted between the spaces. So it was K, really sad F, C, and they sold drugs out of there. So we loved it. It was our favorite KFC.
This is a good audience participation where you don't have to say anything. Just like put your hand in your face level to respond in the affirmative to this. And he's like, if you want to say yes to this, Just in your hometown or the town you live in now, is there like either a restaurant or a dry cleaner or something that you're like, that everyone just has agreed is the drug front business? Like, if you know something about that rumor exists, cool, like about half of you. Like, you'll go by and you'll be like, how the fuck does that horrible Mexican restaurant stay in business? It's the overpriced, it sucks, it's been there for 20 years. They're like, oh, well, it must, like, then that's just how those rumors start, I think. We had a hot dog place where you can get a hot dog, and their gimmick was like, all the toppings are free, and they had like 900 toppings, and I'd be like, give me every single topping, and that included like beef. Like, you get a hot dog covered in like a roast beef sandwich with pickles, jalapenos, every sauce you can imagine, sauteed mushrooms, like another hot dog. Like, these were all toppings. That's why
I'm
they were the
moving to
opposite.
you.
They were the opposite. It's gone now.
Hey, I gotta interrupt for a second. I was just poked to be told that you guys are an 18 plus panel and you need an ID checker.
Hi, go away with your child.
Hey, everyone, hold up your IDs. Oh, hold on. That would not be fair. Would you hold this for a
I'll
second?
hold up my own ID. Like.
Hey, honestly, I don't care that much because if the moms come and complain to us, you're the ones who get kicked out.
Oh, yeah, no. I
So
get
you
kicked
want-
out of all my concerts.
Do you want to just like?
Hold on, I got this. Excuse me. I have corrective lenses now. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I see every one of them. They're perfect. It's amazing.
I'm on the way. I did not see that.
You did not see nothing. Hey. You see this? This means I am responsible until I am caught. Shut up.
You have.
Hi.
Mike.
Thank you, friend.
You're
It's
It's
basically
so hot.
it's called a hot toddy.
There's liquor in that?
Yeah, but very little and very masked.
So does anybody have a bad beer they want to give me, or like a mixed drink? I don't have any alcohol right now, and this panel is called I Comedy Better when I've had a few, not I Comedy
Oh,
Better
we
when
have
I've
a
had
flask.
the bottom third
Hold on.
of
You're going to have to come up. Come on up.
You know, this is like an auction now.
We're coming.
Who will win my favorite? Hold on. Here's what I wanted. It's like the worst beer. It's like a
Okay. Hold on.
Oh my
This is
God,
piss,
stop.
isn't it? This is piss, isn't it? This is piss? No. You just give me a big bottle of piss? If I drink this, is it going to be piss?
No, it actually tastes pretty good.
Hey, Pepper. Pepper, would you like some definitely not urine?
I think this is the plot to a furry, like, piss porn comic where they're like, that's gotta be a thing, right? This is an 18 plus panel.
Yes.
For tricking people into drinking piss, like, that has to be someone's. And what's their favorite children's fucking movie? If you love to trick people into drinking piss?
Oh my God. Dude, I'm thinking Dumber and Dumber right now, but you're
I'm thinking Little Monsters. That definitely for kids horrifying film where to punish somebody, they fucking trick them into drinking piss. And you're supposed to go like, ha ha, tee hee.
So, there was an incident in the furry fandom involving urine. I know. Hold for shocked silence.
I can't smell anything.
Hold on, let me try
this
this.
or not.
All right, there's only one way to find out.
Drink piss. Trick.
Smells like this, tastes like this.
I can't believe it's not piss. Is this meat?
Meat. Which means I can't. I'm allergic to honey, which means I can't drink it. It's not that I'm being a snob.
No,
It just makes me itchy.
Also, none of you filled his shit with peanut butter, right? Because there was an incident there too.
Oh my God! So you know how no other no other communities like performers would go, let me just drink this mystery cup of mystery liquid that was placed on a stage in front of me. Like, if you went to a fucking My Chemical Romance concert, you guys are cool kids, I'm assuming that's who you're going to see. If you go and see a My Chemical Romance concert and you just put a solo cup of green liquid on the stage, they aren't gonna fucking drink it.
We'll
That
ask
could
for
be-
seconds.
That could be piss. In furry, we've yet, and the more I talk about this, it's gonna fucking happen. It's gonna be me. The more, like, until we have an incident where like you or me or like a contier gets legit like somehow burned by just having trust, it's gonna go away eventually. I'm just like riding it out as long as I can, because the fact that we have that trust is kind of like tear to my eye beautiful.
Legitimately.
Like in a real way.
Yeah. No, I think my all-time favorite, because this is an 18 plus and because it's legal here, I can say it. Somebody walked up to me with a joint and goes, hey, this is laced with something, and then walked away after handing me a joint. I was like, It could be formaldehyde, or it could be my favorite night ever at a con. So then I got drunk. Then I smoked a joint that was laced with something. And then it was Monday.
It's a Jeffrey. Nobody's scared of a Jeffrey. Was Get Him to the Greek a good movie or not?
Wait, was what?
Get Him to the Greek.
Yes.
The only thing I've ever liked Russell Brand in.
I've never seen that.
It's just a movie about Russell Brand's a rock star, so it's like Russell Brand gets to be Russell Brand.
Oh,
Or at
okay.
least he gets to be how you imagine Russell Brand acts if you just hung out with him. I don't know if he's actually a super diva in real life, but he seems like if he was, he'd be like, yeah, this is all right. You know what I mean? And he's like a washed up former super rock star, and what's his name, Jonah Hill, back when he was still chubby and cute, has to get him to apparently the Greek theater to do, or it's like a big stadium show, and it's just it's kind of a road trip movie, but it kind of also has like P. Diddy Holmes talking about mind fucking people.
Hold on.
You gotta take a dick in their mind. What's the line? You got
What?
No, it's, I'm gonna cover my house with this. My house will be like a fucking werewolf. That's Puff Daddy straight face just delivering ridiculous lines, and it's pretty funny for just that. Just watch a supercut of his lines.
I think my favorite is
Sean Combs, brilliant actor.
somebody delivering lines that are utter and complete nonsense but doing it perfectly would be the person who played Captain Janeway, who plays the leader of the anti-terrorism task force in NCIS SUV SD SUV, right? Am I close?
Close.
NTSF SUV SD.
NSF.
NTSF SDSUV.
E6.
It's a lot of letters! And Captain Janeway just delivers the most horrific one-liners, and that's her whole job. And it made me realize that the people on Star Trek Voyager had no idea how to write for the woman who played Catherine Janeway.
Kate Mulgrew.
Thank you. I cannot remember her name.
Which is the Star Trek? This is, dang it. You know how we have like a nice structure you can easily follow, and we all know what the fuck is happening in this set?
Yes.
Here's this topic change. Which is the Star Trek that's like the bad? It's the bad one, but it's not actually bad. It's like underrated. Is that Deep Space Nine?
Deep Space Nine.
Where people were like, it's amazing, but it wasn't popular? Is that what happened? Bad ratings, amazing content?
Yeah, no, actually, I think you're right. Deep Space Nine had a lot of starting problems, but then once he goes bald, it's great.
Fine, okay.
Yeah, you just have to wait till the stress makes him lose all of his hair, and then it's like, oh, now he understands how to act.
So I'm not gonna. Is this a charity panel or are we just doing things? It is cool. So I want to institute a thing I've been wanting to do for a while, and we're gonna fucking test it here, ladies and gentlemen. And that is like, Pep can make anything about socialism. When I talk, I tend to rant, and then I'll just be like, actually, capitalism is the reason for that problem. And I just like go off for a while. I did this with Boozy for a second, and he just stared at me for a while. It was fun. So if we can make that a charity game, it would be, I will do that, but only when charity money is like put like on the stage or somewhere conspicuous so I know it happened. And then whatever topic is currently happening, I'll try to genuinely, not just like being like, haha, Marx, like genuinely make it about progressive ideals.
All right, I'll help you out with that. So the topic right now was piss. So we're gonna go with the piss topic. Piss, as it.
Okay, so like the only reason that Florida keeps having fucking like running out of water is because various methods that clean up your water and make it so you don't have to continue to like drive you fine, like cleaning up people's piss. People
nice.
won't do it because it's kind of gross and it's really hard to make any kind of money off of like drink your piss. So until a company can do like piss like as a product.
Hold on! Stop! Stop! Is that their commercial? Piss. Cut. We got it. Sold 1 million bottles. How'd you do it? Piss. From the maker of Hot Pockets. No. Piss.
It's just another problem that doesn't have a profitable solution, so it just won't get solved under
No,
capitalism.
legitimately.
Okay, let's keep going.
We need it to
Someone
be
else.
yellow gold.
I got one more in the bucket, but I want to get to a different topic so it isn't just me talking about piss.
It's just
For the entire...
socialism. Piss. Piss. Socialism.
We'll play that game later.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Piss socialism?
Piss and Socialism. That's the name of our new Netflix show, Piss and Socialism. Would you stop smelling that?
I want to drink it.
I want to drink it
Pepper.
too.
Drink half.
Okay.
Pepper, why did you play so much Kingdom Hearts?
So, a condition of this is I'm preemptively starting it to be about socialism because I already know the topic. So one of the prerequisites of capitalism, the conditions under it, forces you. Millennials will all kind of be like privy to this. Every single second of your day feels like you have to be doing something that makes you money. Like, do you guys know what I mean? Like, and especially if you're self-employed artists, holy fuck. You're like, why am I doing a thing just because I want to when I could be doing a thing for money? And you just like, that becomes your whole life because you're told that forever. That's why our generation like started working earlier and has worked longer than anyone ever. Like, we all started working when we were like 16. We all got our like cards so we can work younger because that's just how you're trained. Is like, you must work to be happy, and if you don't work to be happy, you can't be happy. And you can't be happy because you're working to be happy because you can't work there. So
You seem so happy.
so I found a way. Capitalism. So I thought it does this to you. It makes you crazy. So I wanted to play a lot of video games, and how can I monetize my own, what should be recreational playing of dumb Japanese video games in the Kingdom Hearts series for memes? I should just be doing that for fun. No. Time to start a Twitch channel, because we gotta fucking monetize every second of our lives. Who started a Twitch channel just because they wanted to play video games but not feel bad about wasting time and not making money while playing video games? Twitch is for you! Make Amazon more money! Make Amazon more money! By the way, here's how you hack not giving Amazon money on Twitch. Don't buy bits, just give people donations, because the bits, every 140 bits you get, 40 of that just goes directly to Amazon. If you just click on a PayPal thing and go, here's $1, Amazon can't fuck your dollar before it gets to you. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No. What was your line last night? What was your line last night? Playing the field?
Playing the field?
Yeah.
I do not remember. Please tell me.
Oh my God, were you that drunk?
Oh, no, but I probably said a lot of shit that I didn't consider funny, but you might have.
So this is our night together last night. First off, he's waiting for a 5 in craps, and he is belting loud enough for half the casino floor. Here comes the 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and people are just looking around, and we watch everyone at the table just slowly pushing their chips to 5. Because at that point, it's going to happen.
It'd be dumb not to. Give it a shot.
But this son of a bitch went on a streak. Was it a great streak? No, it was a $1 streak.
I won $22.
You won $22 off of that.
Out of that streak.
I
Not
hate
the one
you
thing, but the
so much. He kept betting the field, and every time it would hit, without prompting, love that dollar.
Love that dollar.
Love that dollar.
Love that dollar.
So about the 20th time, we're noticing other people at the table. Love that dollar.
Love that Why not, man? It's free real. It's free real estate.
And that's how cults start. Which leads us back to socialism. How?
Dollar cult, dollar shave cult.
Dollar shave cult.
Only $1. That'd be a cheap cult. Be in that. Fun thing, back in like Greek times, the word cult was far less like charged, and your cult was just like the group of dudes you hung out with, like that had philosophical agreements, and you'd be like, oh, that's a pretty cool cult, so let's fucking hang out. And it was just fun. It was like a frat. Join your cult. It's like your crew.
So they bring out the fruit punch.
Alpha Beta cult.
Oh my God, what is happening?
I don't know, but I love
We have
it.
Coors Lights.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Thank you so much for bringing us alcohol.
You're the best.
You are the real. You're the real hero.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm putting one in my nose. Sold. All right. Let's do some. Plastic bottles, you're the best!
This true member of the proletariat put in like 96 cents.
Pepper, did you see the 80s cult documentary?
The 80s cult documentary, the ones who were purple?
Yeah.
There's like a.
Sannyasins.
The sannyasins, yeah. And
That was
okay,
awesome.
hand to here if you know any idea what I'm talking about. Like the sannyasins, the cult of people who all wear like a maroon color. Okay, so this is essentially like a documentary. By the end of it, you're like, wow, this is a cult, but like only with the positives. If you really think about it, there were a bunch of people in like the 70s.
Yeah.
In the 70s who were just like relatively forward thinking. They were all really rich and white, so let's just answer that question for you right now. But they all wanted to go live on like a commune and just kind of live and they did, and it was fine. That's the whole story. And then everyone around them just was mad about it for no reason other than those creepy people who wear purple make me upset, so we must now try to like legislate them out of being allowed to be an actual functioning commune. It's weird. So then purple people, in response, fought with biological warfare to try to influence turnout in an election. So they went to a buffet, because it's a tiny town, like the tiniest town they happen to own land on. So like 7 people get to vote in this. So like if we go to the fucking Pizza Hut salad bar and sneeze on it, and they got the flu, they can't vote. And if we knock out one voter, that's like half the electorate. But they start out, if you would have left them alone, they were fine, and they were kind of pushed into being culty by people trying to destroy their nice people hangout hippie spot.
That was so great.
So leave hippies alone, or they will sneeze on your salad.
It depends, because if you go the other way, and it could be, what's the fuck cult that like a bunch of celebrities just got like out of?
That would be Scientology.
Not Scientology specifically, but the Scientologists were on a boat with the measles! The Scientology measles cruise!
The sannyasins had, there were 2 parts of it that I just didn't understand. One, they legitimately, it was E. coli. They spread E. coli at a single buffet, and it was known, they put it on the salad. I saw the pictures of the people who lived in this town. No one there was eating salad, so I don't know how this worked at all. But the second and better thing is, they interviewed somebody who worked at this buffet, and he goes, yeah, I'd never seen anything like it before in my life. They just walked up to the salad bar, lifted up the glass, and started spraying stuff. I'm like, and now you're telling us?
It seemed fine at the time.
Yeah, just
had a
a
name
perfume
tag.
bottle. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the E. coli. What a nice man.
Truly, if you walk with authority and wear a name tag of some kind, you can basically do anything.
There you go.
I think I almost made it to the safety deposit boxes in this hotel by wearing this thing. It's not okay.
Yeah, go anywhere near the casino. You'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, no, it didn't work too well.
Dude, that's kind of like the best part about having... Guys, remember when, not Hank Hill. Remember when the Hill boy was like, I'm gonna bring a gun to your con. They showed up he showed up at the con. May or may not have had it. It was like a fake gun. 50 would have. But no, you are at a casino. Security is a priority at casinos. If you try to give a reputation to a casino of like, oh, you might get shot there, they're gonna destroy you. Like,
yeah.
We got to see this dude tackled by like 2 guys in orange vests directly in front of that bathroom right over there in the hallway. We took pictures in front of the bathroom. Do you guys all know what I'm talking about? Put it here if you know what I'm talking about.
When was that?
Okay, only half of you. Sorry, a couple BLFCs ago, there was a guy on Facebook of Ow the Edge, an edgelord, who decided to LARP his way into a fur con, saying like, I hate furries. And you're like, okay. And then he's like, I get attention from being a troll, so I'm gonna troll on Facebook. He was a Facebook troll who ended up going like, I hate furries, I'm gonna take a gun to this fur con happening. I live in Reno, it's called BLFC, I'm going there. And then he was like posting pictures of himself with like what looked like a gun. So they're like, on site, they just get to attack him now. Like, kids, there's a thing called evidence. Stop making it. If you're gonna do crimes.
You know, I hear what you're saying, but I want to remind you that dealing with convention security, that is ours now. I said ours, plural. You have a show to do tonight. I don't. I get to drink everything this time. You don't want to mess with convention security because of one thing. I have had the privilege and the frightful experience of dealing with Sunday night security at a convention when everything had wound down. Allow me to set the scene for you. Sunday night at MFF. The hallways are significantly more empty than you've ever seen it at this hotel. This is years ago. This wasn't the giant crowd. And in a back room, behind 3 sets of doors, sat a good friend of mine in front of a radio, listening in to all of the calls going through the security channel. And the following message came over the airwaves. That motherfucker just sold somebody crack in front of me.
What does that have to do with socialism? Go.
Well, I sat down because it's time for a show.
This is not even Chicago.
No, this is outside of Chicago.
This is Rosemont.
This is gang Chicago. This is where the mafia lives. Rosemont is mafia, Chicago's gangs. That's how it works. Thank you so much. Well, I got to listen for the next 10 minutes as a transaction happened in front of a plain-closed Dorsai. That Dorsai picked up a radio, gave the description, and then Benny Hill proceeded to take place throughout the rest of the hotel as this youth just ran. But we all have radios, so everyone has his description, and we had nothing better to do with our times. So here is the rest of those messages. This is Officer 4. I am on the 6th floor, looking out the window, east side of the building, suspect spotted. This is Officer 5. I am down on the 3rd floor, going down the escalator now. This is Officer 2. Officer 4, stay in your current position. Give us those locations. I am in the parking lot currently. I was just hit by a car. At one point, we had reports that he was in the east parking lot, the west parking lot, and the bathroom on the 4th floor where we found the guy naked 2 nights ago. He was just everywhere. And finally, the final message comes through from somebody who's in charge of the doors. Like, everyone shut up. I have him in custody. I am bringing him to operations now. Can we come? No. I love our security teams. They do an unbelievable job with very little resources, nothing but respect. Dorsai, Flair, all of them, they do a wonderful job, and we thank you for your services.
So we've had a few dollars put in the bucket. You know, in general, if people's basic needs were provided for by something like possibly a collective government that taxes multiple like billionaires to make sure that you have like a house, food, access to medicine, and like water, you wouldn't be doing crime. Because you're not gonna go out and mug people if your lights are on and everything's fine. Like, if you live in a house, have enough food, can go to a doctor, and can drink a clean glass of water, why are you gonna go fuck someone like, unless you're like, then if you're on drugs, then that kind of contributes to it. But that's a whole different path that would cost a few more dollars before I want to get down. Next topic.
Thanks, Professor.
Look! The rules are... Hold on a second. I feel there's things that are not money in this hat, and I want to check them out.
An empty bottle.
Oh, an empty bottle of Cuerva? That's it? Sure. God, I don't pay attention at all to these panels.
Wait, hold on, more.
Oh, don't, oh my God.
There's more small bottles.
Pepper.
This one's glass. Here.
Don't give us all of them. Okay, can we do this? All right, if at least $10 is dumped into this hat, I will throw this out like a fucking t-shirt at a...
Please don't kill our viewers.
20, can I just have it?
Sure.
I mean,
Okay.
You
none
gotta
of you
know
saw
when
this. Remember, if anyone asks, my name is Uncle Kage.
Okay, so I'm gonna do... Where did that bottle go? What happened to it? It's gone, fuck.
I'm sorry, what were you covering up with the cough as you threw? Was there some noise that you were making with the throw that you needed to be sure no one heard?
To this day, if I'm in public and open a can, I go... For no reason. I'm just like
imagining you doing this in normal transactions, like you're at the bank. Excuse me, may I deposit $20?
Yeah, if I was opening a Bud Light under the counter at the time, I would do that. And I would then say, can I please have some dollar coins?
What? Hold
They
on,
would
why
say,
are
we don't have any dollar coins. And I'll say, what the fuck is America? Like, how does money even work? Why do you have dollar coins? This is a fucking bank.
Hold on, why are you taking out dollar coins?
Because look, okay. Someone put in at least $1 so I can do this rant. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna hear about dollar coins today.
Just put it in 20.
That was for liquor. I mean, not for liquor.
That was not for liquor. There is definitely not a con chairman in this room. It was not for liquor. We are so sorry for everything we are doing to your convention.
Okay. So you guys already know that a penny costs like 1 point or 2 whatever cents to make, right? Pennies. Yep. So here's another reason pennies are dumb. Where literally, in a literal sense, where can you use pennies? Pennies are basically unusable. Parking meters do not take them. What vending machine takes pennies? You could better go in a fucking time machine. Maybe it'll take pennies.
There is a antique gumball machine in my basement that takes A, pennies, and B, my brother's broken tooth. So,
oh no.
Well, he kind of hit his face on it, and then it shattered, and he lost a tooth, so we counted that as a penny, and I got a bunch of gumballs, and then I was grounded.
So nickels are even worse. Nickels cost 7 cents to make a fucking nickel. You can't even use nickels at things anymore. For the most part, like a quarter or you're screwed. So what I'm proposing is we need a few coins here. We need like a, I don't know, let's say 25, 10, if we're being generous, 10, 25, $50. If we're being what I want, 50-cent dollar. That's your coin.
Just half
Deal
dollar?
with it. If your shit costs less than 50 cents, give me 2 of them. 250. Australia is like that, by the way. They'll try to sell stuff. They don't have coins small enough to sell you like a little tiny cookie at the thing. So like 2 for 20, because their smallest coin I think is 20 cents. So also, this will stimulate the economy if you put a bunch of dollar coins in there. You know, people spend coins because they don't like them. Like if you have coins, you're like fucking get. Like if you like want something that costs $1 and you have $1 and change, you're like fuck yes, get those change in my pocket. It sucks. So if you have a bunch of dollar coins, you're getting $5 items that are coins. You're spending more money at local businesses because you're not gonna ship your dollar coin to China. You gotta spend it at the fucking bodega. Get yourself a 40 with $4 coins, please. That's the America I believe in. Mic drop. Pepper Coyote 2020. I'm entering the Democratic field as a 700th candidate who wants to sell a book next year.
As a best-selling author.
Made me so sad.
I will say this, I did get to experience a moment where I do realize that what you just said is the absolute truth because I am old. I come from a time before iPass. I come from a time when you went through a toll booth, you had to pay a person or throw exact change into a basket like the world's worst basketball player. Because you missed, the basket was this big, and you would still miss 50% of the time. And I was sitting in a car, I had just gotten my license. I was, I believe, 17 years old at the time. I am behind a person in the change lane, and thank you, I watch them, and I see some silver flash from their car, bang against the backboard, or as we call it, metal, and just fly all over the street. Okay, then I see another splash of silver leave his car, go into the basket. The arm does not raise. I see another flash of silver leave his car, and all of a sudden, a hailstorm of change leaves his car, slams against the machine, and goes everywhere, some of it entering the basket. The arm goes up, and to this day I'll never remember, he slowly and calmly pulled it. He didn't jam on the gas. He wasn't angry. He was just like, nope, nope, nope. On with my day. Socialism. Guys, let's give it up for a moment. We have somebody who wants to say a few words. Your conchair, Tyro!
Did you just do that? That happened? That was pretty awesome right
We were
there.
just talking about money. I had some facts to share.
Oh, please,
Immaculate
we love
technique.
money facts. I love money facts.
Tycho,
I know you love money facts.
Tycho, we feel secure up here because we have such a height advantage on you, it's almost comical.
You do.
Stand wrong either side and very close.
This is
Now,
this is
do comedy,
uncomfortable.
monkey. Do comedy.
I don't know how to comedy. Maybe that'll help.
That does sound good. Hold on.
No.
This helps more, but I don't know if I'm allowed to give it to you on stage.
No, did you you worked in banking, right?
I've worked in
Little
most
bit.
of the financial industry, correct?
So, do you know how long the average dollar bill survives before it has to be destroyed?
I want to say like 9 months.
To your point about dollar coins,
I want to say like a year-ish.
it's 9 months.
Well, really?
You were dead on. It's 9 months.
Nailed it, dude. So you guys
Isn't
got
that,
another...
isn't that disgusting?
And a dollar costs what, $1.40 to make or something?
I think so, yeah. No, that was all I was trying to say. And then I realized, like, they're doing comedy. I should just shut up.
No, you should never shut up. Guys, give it up for your con chairman, Tycho! As always, my friend, thank you so much for inviting us back up here. I look forward to the hate mail that you will be sending me.
Hey, let's do something that's like theme-oriented. Con-theme-oriented.
What, you want to play D&D?
No, well, not that hard. Just like, what do you think, like, like, you know what an alignment chart is, right? Okay, put your hand here if you are totally, you know exactly what an alignment chart is. Like, you're totally fine with this. Yeah, almost all of you. It's like, essentially, there's like a 3x3 grid that says, what are they again? We have, like, say go for it.
The chart is lawful to chaotic, good to evil, and in the middle, true neutral. So you get to pick along the axes, 3x3.
So you can be chaotic, good, neutral, or evil. You can be lawful, good, neutral, evil, or what is it? Was there one?
You would call neutral, true neutral. So
Right.
good,
There's also
evil, or
neutral,
true neutral.
evil, chaotic neutral.
So are you
Oh,
asking?
yeah.
Yeah, that's every one of them. So are you asking what we are? What is our
I'm trying
alignment?
to figure what mine is. Or should I say, what is the alignment of, what's $1? Gosh, put a fucking dollar in there.
Let's start it off with this. You're definitely chaotic because I've tried to have a conversation with you before and we ended up at socialism. So
Like, what is the alignment for someone who's like, rules should be followed insofar as they are moral, just, and good rules?
that's neutral.
That's neutral good? Yeah. Just neutral? Yeah, but it feels like everyone thinks that their own personal thing is like, I am the neutral, everyone else is crazy. So calling myself true neutral seems extremely egotistical.
So like, chaotic good will be like, screw the laws, I'm going to do what's right.
Right. That might
Chaotic
be
good
it.
is Robin Hood.
That might be it, man.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Like, remember, when Rosa Parks, didn't think it was going there, when Rosa Parks got on that bus, she was breaking the law, and no one would say she shouldn't have. I'm assuming. Most of you are like, nah, she should have sat in the back. I don't think this crowd is like
Yeah,
that.
no one's saying that out loud, and if they do, they're out of the con. So, you know, that's...
About 40% of Americans thought that at the time. But
I don't
anyway.
like you. You're getting sassy.
You know what's sad? That was only 60 years ago.
As I'm saying, like, my mom remembers that shit clearly. Like, she watched it. She's like, wow, that's fucked up. Should have
Sorry, what did she say?
That's fucked up. She didn't say that. She was
Where?
she was probably 15 at the time, so she probably didn't have a lot of strong political beliefs. What, are you gonna fight you here to drag my mom on stage?
I would love to.
What, funny like a clown? You wanna fight?
Your mom is adorable. She made one of my names.
Sir Topham Hat. That is Alkali. When I say, I'm gonna go see Alkali, she's like, huh? I'm like, I'm gonna go see Top Hat. She goes like, tell him, like, give him this for me. Like, I have a card for him. Like, he's her favorite furry. Like, you know how, I can't call it like a fursuit crush, but like, the same feeling you probably have towards like one fan in person who you have no real reason. You're just like, they're just really great and I like them a lot. Like, you're that for my mom.
I'm apparently that for a lot of the moms and dads who come to this con with their kids. Like, we just want to say that we love how wonderful you've been on stage with the kids, and you're just so wholesome. Like, you went to the wrong panel. Dude, that wasn't me.
You did an improv sketch with 2 children, and from the back, as soon as they took stage, I'm like, this is fucked. This is never gonna work. And you made it work, and I'm like, I have never been more impressed. You might as well have been a trapeze person doing 17 backflips for how shocked I was that bit worked and was over quickly. You structured that shit like a kindergarten
It's
teacher.
all about structure.
Which you should take as a huge compliment.
Yes.
Nobody structures like a kindergarten teacher. Imagine structuring for a bunch of squirrels. Like, you might as well for how much cooperation you're gonna get. They have a similar level of cognitive ability
Squirrels.
and willingness to follow rules. Not the same.
Your proudest moment of structure. Now, you were a school teacher. What grade? I don't remember.
I taught 5 through 8 public school in Arizona for a while. I'm now a professional furry. Thank you all. I'll never hit you again, honey. I want to find out what's in this before you ask my teaching question.
Give it a kiss.
Soap?
It's half,
Soap!
I hope it's soap.
it's half vodka and half cran pineapple.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
Is that Kirkland?
It is Kirkland.
So you guys know how you'll see those like flow charts online where you like make decisions and there's jokes along the way.
Costco.
It was like, am I making a bad decision? And the 2 things were, am I drinking Kirkland's signature vodka? It's like, yes, bad decision. No, then it branched.
Now, hold on. You do not make fun of Kirkland's signature
I
anything.
love Kirkland's signature, you shitty.
We run conventions. Kirkland is awesome, and now they make booze?
And in Arizona, even if you don't have a Costco card, they cannot legally stop you from buying specifically alcohol.
Really?
And if you walk out with a TV, like, where's your card? Like, I don't have one. Like, well, we can't. Come on. And if you walk out with a beer, they'll be like, if you have a card, like, nope. And they go, okay. And they just bring you out. Because Arizona has a very specific weird law where you can't have, like, club access to specifically alcohol. So it technically covers Costco, and it's amazing. Because I do not have a Costco membership. I steal my HBO. Da-na-na-na. Every 3. One is mad at the show.
I still love it. Think it's great. I watch it. Tonight I'm watching it. And
Read the first book. Then I don't know. I know what the general characters are, but I have no idea what's actually happening in the plot. I've been told that much like anime, they've diverted from like the books, right? Because the books aren't written. And then apparently George R. R. Martin's like, I don't know how I'm gonna end it. Don't know how I'm gonna end it. I have no idea. Oh, I just figured out how I'm gonna end it. So now the show's like, fuck! Just like get back to the real ending. That's what I've heard. It's a rumor. I think it's confirmed. Does that seem plausible to anybody?
What I heard from a latest interview is Gur Martin is full on, yeah, they did their thing.
That's been 2 seasons.
It's officially fan fiction now.
For the first like 5 seasons, George R. R. Martin's like, this show's fucking rocks. I watch it every week. It's amazing. And now this last couple seasons, he's like, I haven't seen it in a while. So like, that's your indication for, look, One Piece. Look, Full Metal Alchemist. Did you teach us no lessons? You guys gotta watch Game of Thrones Brotherhood. It's gonna be good.
I hate you so much.
Genuinely, you fucking know they're gonna remake that entire thing once that book is out. You know they're gonna. Once it's been canonically ended, they're gonna remake every bit of it. And get how much money? So capitalism.
You didn't get $1 though.
I know, I'm putting in my own fucking dollar.
You're putting in your own dollar to make fun of capitalism? That is the least capitalistic thing you have ever done.
Look, don't confuse, here we are, don't confuse capitalism and commerce. If somebody in the year -500 sold someone a bowl, is that capitalism? No, it's just fucking trade. It's just trade. Capitalism presupposes wages, meaning you must be working for less than your work is actually worth. Otherwise, where the fuck does your boss's paycheck come from? It's extra money skimmed off from what you do. You do things, and everyone else just gets the fucking money for it. And I think everyone can sympathize with that, unless we have a bunch of hedge fund managers in the audience today.
You just gave money to...
This is a charity, all right? Republicans love charity. Fix problems through charity, not through social action, right?
I swear to God, if I look at the numbers right after this con and find out everyone at BLFC quit their jobs, I'm making you start a cult.
Oh, I can appeal to small business. No, all the tax rules apply to you, but they don't seem to apply to fucking Jeff Bezos, who paid 0 taxes for his gigantic $11 billion profit company. $0. Did you pay 0? Exactly. What the fuck? That's all I'm saying. I'm not an economist. I don't know what the rules should be, but that seems bad, and everyone else says it also seems bad.
We all agree that it's bad.
There's one guy in back like, Jeff Bezos deserves that money.
Bezos, is that you in a mustache? Bezos!
Look, Bezos deserves that much money. He came up with the idea of a bookstore, but online. Therefore, he deserves to be the god of Earth. Apparently.
So, what we were asking was, as a teacher, what was the moment that you realized you tricked them into learning?
Trick them into learning?
When did you get them to calm the fuck down?
Sang that song about horse day.
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen your students?
Oh, definitely.
I knew it.
Every single day we started the class, Pledge of Allegiance, directly into horse. Like, first we'd get our weird propaganda. Have you ever think about the... God, I wish someone put in $1 so I can do these rants. You ever think about how that...
Oh God, they're holding on to the money for your rants.
Let us all say the pledge together. Let's see who remembers it. And think about every line in it real slow. I pledge allegiance. So you've now said you're with them. Like you're like, you got me. To the flag of the United States of America.
Of cloth, by the way. I love that.
Yeah, just to the flag.
Not to the country.
Yeah. And to the republic for which it stands.
One nation.
Not just the flag, the republic that it symbolizes. So you're just down everything they've ever done, you've now said you're fine with. One nation, under God. That shit was added very recently, by the way.
53?
Yeah. In a movement, yeah.
Communists can't worship.
I'm not saying that, like, I think all people who have religion or have a good time in religion are bad. It's fine. I think it's weird to put it in your government doctrine where in the same time your government says that church and state are separated, we must then put in some churches and state are separated.
It's on our money, too.
Yeah, every single thing in there is in God we trust.
Yeah, right. Some churches are separated. Muslim churches, very separated. Baptist churches, you got your Christianity in my government. You got your government in my Christianity. One nation, under God, indivisible. I like the indivisible, that's actually nice. With liberty and justice for all. The end is good, like they had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
If it wasn't a blatant lie, I'd love it. I know. Like, oh man, oh that pledge, oh, so close.
I'm in favor of the last third of the pledge.
The last third.
Everything after under God is great. I'm like, yeah, it's like, let's work together. We need liberty and justice for everyone.
Let's not forget the rest of the pledge. Liberty and justice for all. What's the next line?
Play ball?
Wait, crap, now I'm trying to remember. I want to explain the joke because I can't think of it. I'm trying to remember the end Protestant remix of the Lord's Prayer. That is the kingdom, power, and glory forever and ever. Amen. That's the one. They added that to Catholics. Catholics stop, and all Protestants say like 12 more words, and then they stop.
Catholics do it now too.
Do they? They added in. It's a good ad. It's a good addition. It's a good ad. I think it's nice.
It's good poetry. My parents are Catholic. I
realize I work at a Christian church, so I'm like.
Yeah, that's right. You play organ.
I do not play organ.
You don't play the organ.
I sing the fucking. Come. Now is the time to worship. I'm like that guy at the church, where everyone, the average age is about 85, and I'm up there like. Just as you are to praise your God. And they're like, yes, yes, let's try to clap on rhythm. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Let's find the beat. Our pastor loves to start the clap. She cannot start the clap. 1, 2, ready, and her name's Pastor Gay, and it's awesome. G-A-E, she's awesome. She's a nice lady.
See, now, you singing at church, now that's the time where I expect you to use the... All right, now time for the daily affirmations. Do you believe in Jesus? He's like... Do you believe in God?
And the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's every day. They fucking love it. And I love doing it. It's very fun. It's like amazing. The songs are catchy as shit. Like, you can just get into it like, forever you're my faithful. Forever God is strong. And then you can just go off every once in a while. And like, I'll just do that way off mic. Like the 75-year-old guy in guitar's like, the drummer's back there. He had a good time in the 60s, so he thinks he can drum still. He's going off, man. The acid in his spine is kicking in again. That's the thing. If you do too much acid for too long, you can like crack your back and have more acid. You have to do a lot.
Trust me, he's right on this. Let me tell you about a Saturday I had recently when I stretched inappropriately. And I was out, not with friends, not with acquaintances, nope, co-workers. Yeah, acid can sneak up on you at the weirdest times. Like at the Sizzler.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Now,
it is 6:53.
Oh, that means we're an hour in. Guys, for the second half of our show, it's a 2-hour show.
Quick question.
Yes.
This is a 2-hour show. Yeah. No. Quick question. Question 1. Why didn't you tell me that?
Oh, because then you wouldn't have shown up.
I've had people who are like, you want to be on my help with this performance, like sing a backup thing? I'm like, definitely. Like, what time is it? Like 3 in the morning. I'm like, shit. Like, I'm an old man. I go to sleep at 11, so I can start drinking at 11:08. Okay.
We've had people at conventions like, Alkali, here's your schedule, and I have a 9 a.m. panel. It's like, I don't have to show up. Like, I'll be honest with you. If you put me at a 9 a.m. panel, that means I'm going to start drinking at 9 a.m. Do you want that, Tyra? Do you want that? I'm gonna have a 9 a.m. panel next year.
Okay, just the real question.
Crap. My homeland.
You're still up at 9 a.m. drink. Okay. Does your shield have authority? Oh, fucking Tycho's here. I'm approaching the limit at which I can receive stuff from the dealer's den again. Can you guys help me get it after this panel?
Hold on. I'm just making sure I understand what's going on. You are putting us on the spot during a panel to make sure you can get access to a locked
I
room?
want to make sure.
Dude, socialism.
No, that's not socialism. That's called flexing. I would like to put you in a position where you must say, yeah, sure, we'll help you out.
Not unless it's your table.
It's only, oh no, okay. What I would like to do is do a heist. Where I don't want to pay for furry t-shirts, I want to steal them.
I do love, I've been working at conventions for a very long time, and Dealer's Den is a huge aspect of the pre-plan. People's stuff is in there, their merchandise is in there. It needs to be protected, and there was a con, it will remain nameless, that it was found out on Saturday.
Just say a con that isn't around anymore. Just make one up. Morphicon. That's where it was.
They're totally still around under a different name.
Fuck.
This convention had Rainforest had no ability to control its diaper first. It had no ability to lock. Just like with a bullwhip.
They're not that aggressive. They're pretty soft. Doesn't take a lot to herd baby from somewhere.
Yeah.
Just say like, I'm an adult, and they'll be like, fine. I'm a little
And they just
baby.
start crying. Well, this place had.
I have no beef against like diaper people. It's not my thing, but I don't want to like make you feel shitty. I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand pup hoods. It's fine. Wear them. I don't give a shit. I don't get it, but do whatever the fuck you want. Alkali does a whole lot of shit that I just go, whatever, man. That's cool.
Thanks.
You're like, Pepper, I'd like to drown you this weekend. And I'm like, I don't think I'm ready for that, Alkali. I think that's like 9th base.
It's all right. Do you want to join me on 8th base then? Oh no. It's just waterboarding.
Just
You're
light,
fine.
I was gonna say light choking with
Light
water
choking.
involved. Like,
light choking in a bottle of Avon afterwards. There you go. 8th base. This kid, shut up.
put $1. Let me make it about socialism. I don't think I can. I don't know.
Oh, we're doing this. It's coming. All right. We're turning breath control into socialism. So corporate America has a stranglehold on the necks of the twinks of the American people.
Okay, I've got a genuine way.
What do you got?
To try to tie this into socialism.
Do it.
It's a very positive one too. So one of the reasons that I like, as a socialist, one of the reasons that I like the furry fandom in general is its lack of like corporatocracy, whatever. Like who owns fursonas? Fucking we own them. Like it's your thing. It's not like this isn't shitting on like the bronies or the MLP fandom, but at the end of the day, My Little Pony is owned by Hasbro. Like they get complete control of what the thing is. And I think the only thing stopping furry from being like merchandised by like fucking Campbell's or some asshole, like Unilever's gonna walk in like, we own furries now. Like we copyrighted the word furry, so you guys want like. That shit could happen. It wouldn't work out well, I think, in the end, but someone could try it.
I'm going to add to this. Let's see if it's happened to you. Have you got the email from the person who obviously thinks that you have created the furry fandom? Because First Squared has 3. You've gotten those?
We'd like you, the representative of the community known as furries,
Yes.
would like to purchase ad space on furries.
And as always, what is the answer to that?
It's decentralized, right?
Oh no, my answer is always yes. I take the money, put it in my con book, and laugh. Capitalism.
So there's a phrase, Anarchist Organization, and you're like, what? Like that seems like opposites. Furries is organized in a relatively anarchal fashion, in that we just decide things are. Just like everything, like you know how we decided money is money? We've decided that this person is popular and deserves to do a thing. We've decided that this artist gets to have a business. We've decided that this person, like, we just, like, who chose? Was there a furry senate? No, you just kind of do shit, right? That's an anarchist organization. I'm not a full board anarchy, by the way. I'm like, I kind of get their points, but I'm like, eh. So I think the only thing keeping fur from being taken over by corporate things is our weird sex shit. Like, that's not the part of the fandom I participate in the most enthusiastically. I'm fine with it, I don't care what you guys are doing. But like, it's not, I don't go to cons to fuck, I'm sorry. Alkali, stop texting me. I want to run this bit where you're like a
You'll
stalker.
break down sooner or later.
Oh, the Urkel method, I see.
Everyone comes back in the dark.
But I think if it wasn't for weird bondage shit, like for like, you know, the NSFW side of the fandom, I think that's the only thing keeping like Burger King from like trying to fucking sponsor cons. So it's like, but I don't think that will last forever. I think at some point they'll be like, fuck it. You know what would be a good marketing device? Builders. Let's get in there. Like, all right,
I'm sorry,
get in there.
Burger King? I love the idea of like, the Circle Shake. What flavor is it? Cheese.
No, it'd be the Circle Burgle. You fucking idiot! It's a wedge shape, and there's a cheese layer like a deep dish Chicago pizza. Like blam! You would eat that tomorrow, no problem. Burger's this thick. Cheese is this thick. Like that's the bread. Is a fried cheese. I'm describing a dish they fucking sell at TGI Fridays.
Oh my god.
The fried disc of cheese on the burger. You know what I'm talking about.
So
You're white people. You know what I'm talking about. You've been to the TGI Fridays. You know the favorite NBA restaurant to go to? Like NBA players would like to hang
What's
out?
that?
Fucking Cheesecake Factory. A lot of NBA players love the Cheesecake Factory, and they go there. Like Kyrie Irving's going to the... Oh no, is he one of the vegan guys? Have you heard about how like...
cheesecake is vegan, I think.
You could make it.
Really?
You ever have to eat vegan? I was like,
Have to eat
ever
vegan?
have to eat
No, I have a soul.
Vegan restaurants are great. Every once in a while, I'll just like, I'm not vegetarian or vegan, but I like to, if the option is there, I'd love to have a vegetarian meal at least a few times a week because, you know, don't kill the planet. It's not your fault. Like, it's businesses. You guys can't stop global warming even if all of us tried. It's people with money who have to stop it. But at the same time, we do have to stop eating so much fucking beef. Like, we're killing the world. California, beef and what's the nut? What's the worst nut in the world, Californians?
Almond?
Almonds. Fucking gallon of water per almond. We have a drought! We have a drought! Help!
Hold on,
We don't have any
seriously?
water. Yes, that's not an exaggeration. 1 gallon of water goes to every motherfucking almond you eat. We have no water! Help! Where do we get water? The almond lobby, shut the fuck up. Oh, this is money. Shut the fuck up. 1 almond, gallon of water. They're the thirstiest trees in the world. It's ridiculous. Did anyone say we gotta shut down the almond farms during the drought? No. Wow. Game Grumps was talking about this shit, you know? Like, Aaron is on the thing, like, we can't drink almond milk, fucking almonds. Every almond's got almond. And I'm like, I know this sounds like a bit. It's entirely true. Everything he's saying is completely real. Like, and like, don't feel bad for eating almonds. It's fine. There's other nuts. Have one of these nuts.
You just told me that I shouldn't text you anymore, and then you give me a reason to text you.
Is base 12 castration? Where you take these nuts?
Dude, I'm not going to tell you what base that is because you'll stop right beforehand. Every base is a surprise in this game, motherfucker.
Okay, stop when you get to the nut removal. It's bad past that. Good stopping point. You're a DM at games. Can we make this a thing?
What, the castration level?
Where instead of people dying, you like lose your nuts and then you're out. Like that's the death condition.
All right, guys, for these set of rules, cantrips are infinite use. You can use them as much as you want. Oh, and every time you die, I take your testicles. Just let you know. 2 rules. All right, everyone ready? Through to it. What? Lay on. All right, here it is.
If you want to be nice, it's just 1 at a time, so you get 2 shots at it.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, if you died a nice death, but if you were an idiot, and okay, how do we equate D&D to socialism?
D&D is in a weird middle ground because D&D is technically owned, right? Like it's Wizards of the Coast.
Wizards of the Coast, yes.
owns D&D, but at the same
Hasbro owns all of it.
Hasbro, yes, right. Well, look, under late stage American capitalism, there are 5 companies. Don't like them, good fucking luck. Go live in the middle of the ocean in international waters and use no electricity, internet, or goods.
But that's okay.
Impossible.
That's how
There
we
is
know
no
we're
ethical-
safe. 5 corporations, that's okay, but 10 is Shadowrun, and once you get to 10, then one of them is run by a dragon, the rest of them are the most evil things ever, and they pay you with money that you can only spend at their stores. Shadowrun is one of the greatest game systems ever. If you look at the mythos, go reach, it's the exact opposite of what you're talking about.
How many porns are there of the Shadowrun dragons? Do they have enough that you could make porn out of them, or are they just like a vague concept?
So unfortunately, the Shadowrun dragons usually are in their form of a person, a Shadowrun dragon.
That's the worst.
They have to be because the Shadowrun dragons that you actually see are part of the normal culture of this world. So being a big-ass dragon in a building and just breathing fire on your underlings, not good for PR.
So it's a lizard people like joke.
Kinda?
Are they the worst company? Are they the most evil? The dragon evil?
No, the one owned by the dragon is not the most evil. The most evil is the equivalency of Comcast, and that's not a joke. No, they use real companies in here and like change the names, and then you read through the book, and it's like, this company represents AT&T. Like, oh, okay.
Wow. You guys enjoying your 5G on AT&T? Is that the one 5GE?
No, I got nothing.
It's funny. So actual 5G does now exist, but you have to get like a phone and plug 15 fucking modems into it. And
how does that?
This is easy. How can I relate how can I relate cell phone carriers to why capitalism is bad?
Why don't you explain?
Oh, talking about why socialism is bad. I'm sorry, why communism is. Have you drank Kirkland's signature vodka? Bad idea. All right. Talking about why capitalism is bad.
Open, please.
Sorry, Pepper, I'm here late. I
Now drink some.
You have to relate it to socialism somehow.
Well, that's the thing. Talking about why capitalism is bad basically is talking about socialism. Because socialism and capitalism are essentially opposites.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda.
The people I work with would legitimately murder you, and I find that very funny.
Well, the thing is, don't confuse capitalism and trade. Because people will be like, Pepper, you sell things, therefore all of your arguments are moot. And you're like, well, no, because like, do I employ people and pay them less than what they're worth on purpose to suck value out of them and then use that value to enrich myself? No, then it's not really fucking capitalism, is it? Foxamore is my slave labor. We send him we chain his fingers to the piano keys, he gets $1 a day.
Did you just say, hold on, did you just say that Foxamore is your slave labor? Oh, you made it to 6th base with him, awesome.
Sorry, what are we talking about? Cell phone carriers.
Hold on, we're actually going to change up the format a bit. We're going to give the audience a choice here. So we had two choices. At the hour mark, we were going to switch this over. 2 hours is a lot of time. Normally this show would last for about an hour.
I can extend it to 9.
No, the worst part is you and me together just don't stop talking, so it's not okay.
Never.
We're going to give it up
I'm
to
gonna
you
go
guys.
pee, okay?
Yeah, you go pee while I figure this out. Hold on. Yes. Socialism.
That's not bad.
If I enter the door, socialism happens.
I'm sure he's going to make the right choice. And we're all rich.
Socialism.
So for you guys, you're going to do things. We're going to give you guys a choice. We've been up here for an hour talking about random topics. If you would like, at this point I just want to remind you this is a charity panel. We didn't want to bring it up earlier until we started talking about socialism as a way to earn money. We're not good at socialism. We have two choices. One, there are two other people in this room that have been performing with me for years. We could bring them both up onto stage and they could finish off this performance with us. 4 people talking your ears off about socialism and pee in cups, apparently, which is something that happened much earlier. If you're arriving late, go ahead, be confused. I can't believe it's not urine. The other thing is, we could have a few set goals. Every time we make so much money, in the audience is the MC of charity. Whose line is it anyway? If you would like to see myself, Pepper, and a few of you play some improv games as we do our normal talking between the sets, let us know. So who would like to see Xander the Blue and Dragger join us up here on stage? Raise your hands. Who would like us to turn this into a bit of an improv panel? Raise your hands. All right, that is almost exactly the same. We're going to bring you two back up on stage. We will close this off with a few improv games for you because that's about as good as I can do with that insane shit show. Thanks, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, can we welcome to the stage Xander the Blue and Drago?
I'm ill-equipped. I've not had a few. Hey! Dodge! Matrix dodge!
Kobe!
Right there, buddy.
Are you whipping things at the bald guy?
Dragor, roll for dexterity.
What is he doing? Oh, I don't know.
I've had a few. How many better?
Oh, good.
Should I be on stage now?
No, you're up here.
No, let it roll.
Four of us now.
Not a soccer ball.
I rolled a 1!
Well, you're screwed. You have to drink the whole
Don't
bottle.
kick that at the speaker!
Okay, fine.
We're gonna bop it in the audience and we bounce around like a beach ball for a while, and then eventually do let it hit the ground. We'll see if we roll.
Just make sure.
That's right. He was ready.
Wow.
No, leave it, let it rest.
I think we're good.
Let it
6 or
incubate.
9.
6.
Okay.
Pretty good for us.
Wait, what are the king's rules? 6 is what?
Chicks.
6 would be chicks or five is guys, 6 is chicks. So yes, it is 5 are guys, 6 is chicks, unless you are playing in the furry company, in which case 5s are tops and 6s are bottoms. And those of you who switch drink twice.
Because everyone's dudes in the furry company. Well, it's not everyone's dudes. Just like at your average furry game of King Cups, there may be 1 to 2 women, and that becomes basically the she has to drink rule, and that's weird. So.
Pepper, you're drunk.
Shut up!
No, stand
Don't
back.
you tell me what I am while also being drunk near me.
Wait, could you explain what you're
back
talking about?
Yes, we can.
Are we doing this instead?
If we stand stage center and yell towards them, the microphones are picking up just enough that we can do it like this.
Okay.
King's Cup is a wonderful drinking game. Allow me to explain the rules to you right now. You won't memorize them. 2 is you, 3 is me, 4 is 4, 5 is guys, 6 is chicks, 7 is heaven, 8 is great, 9 is rhyme time, 10 is categories, Jack is never have I ever, Queen is question master, King is new rule, and Ace is what? Stop drinking so I can hit you. Ace is face. I have found the advantage of glasses. I would like to thank my optometrist for this moment. Kings is an amazing drinking game. You take a deck of cards, you circle a cup with that deck of cards. You have them all face down, and then you take turns drawing a card using the rules I just laid out in front of you. We could, however, why don't we just show you one of them? In the Drag It Show, we do something called questions. Questions are a great way for you to get to know us and for us to get to know you. You wonder why it helps us to get to know you? Because you guys ask weird questions. The weirder the question, the weirder the person, the more likely we are to drink with you. So, I love that you would cheer. That's like, that's some made up shit. Yeah! The trick to improv is keep talking and nothing until you can finish a thought.
There you go!
We are going to play Never Have I Ever. Contestants on stage, please raise 3 fingers. Now, audience.
This is not the white power symbol.
No, this is not okay.
This is, however, offensive in Mexico.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it means like asshole.
Bullshit.
Just like this. This is dirty in the UK.
Yeah. Really?
This is bad. This is fine. This is bad. If you go like, you might as well fucking flip them off. You're basically the same thing.
Wow.
Yes. And that's crazy to me.
Which is worse? This?
This is bad.
Which is this, or jumping a queue?
Well, if you're American, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It will stop. You're too polite. That's what I call George W. strategy. Do whatever you want. They won't stop you.
Capitalism. So, never have I ever.
I'm doing the Hunger Games. There you
much
go.
better.
Fuck you.
German 3.
German 3. I like German 3.
If you will excuse me, I am covered in tequila.
Jack Daniels. You got a face full of Jack.
Oh, that's what happened. We're going to play Never Have I Ever. Here's how this works. You're going to ask a question. I'm sorry, I apologize. That's the wrong game. You are going to make a statement. If we have done that, we put down a finger. If we've never done it, we keep all of our fingers up. So if you have done it, put down a finger. But guys, you can only ask the question if you've also never done it. Now, if we put down a finger and you're really curious, if you really want to know why we put down that finger, we will tell you a story for a small donation. Everyone, 3 fingers up. You can play along with us. We actually would love that. So somebody who's playing, I need a never have I ever question. What's something you have never done? We're going to go to the back of the room first. Pink, purple shirt in the back. Guys, here we go. 3 fingers. What have you never done?
Never have I ever gone streaking.
If you have streaked, put down a finger.
Publicly or privately?
Doesn't, if you have to ask a question, put down a finger.
Is it by nature?
It's part of the rules.
That's not for me.
Oh.
It's for everyone else.
Well, if you have to, part of the rules to this game, if you have to ask for clarification, put down a finger. So, if you have been streaking, put down a finger. No one, thank God. Ask for a story. Next question. Oh, I'm sorry. And every time you put down a finger, take a drink. I can see again. Pink gloves or arm sleeve. What are those called?
Arm warmers?
Arm warmers?
Really?
That's less gay than I thought they'd be called. What? Never have I ever. What do you got?
Turn your car into a submarine.
It's neat. It's good. I can't believe it's not piss.
We need to talk about your cup holders, Xander.
Oh, no, wait. No, that's the beautiful part of Never Have I Ever. We're all getting topics for when we're done with this game.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
No, don't be. Why would you be sorry?
It'll eventually end up in the lake anyway. See?
Oh, God damn it.
He's returning the liquid to its
Right
home.
over here with the fur collar on. Yes, my friend?
Never have I ever taken the knot. Wait, hold on. Let's see if I have any cash. I need that story. There you go.
It's a 5. It's okay. You can tell the story.
In my defense, because I know the rules, I knew not to ask the question.
That's exactly where I am.
Yeah, no. If you don't ask the question, I knew to put down a finger. It's not what you think.
Because at this point, it's like never have I ever fucked a dog.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
No, obviously.
But I can't ask the clarifying question.
Ah, do you mean fucking a dog? Gotcha! Wanted to be sure. Fido! Yeah, all my fingers are down.
What's,
Just banging that puppy.
what's that? Is that 11th base?
I don't know.
Wait. So you're telling me 11 places banged the dog in 12 places years ago?
Yeah. After you fucking neuter dog, you get neutered. It's the rules, Dragor. I don't know what rule of so,
I mean, if that was the punishment, I think people would calm the fuck down.
So, I am trying to show you this game so you understand the most complicated part about games. This is the most complicated part of the King's game is Never Have I Ever. So let me explain to you why I had to put down a finger.
Please do.
No, I've never been fucked by a dog. Thanks for assuming that, motherfuckers. I don't own a dog, thank you. Because that's what stops people from being fucked by dogs.
No, that's why you
I can't be fucked by a dog. I don't own a dog. And they just walk away with a weird walk. You can hear the chihuahua and there's a lot of small intestines. So,
He asked for the Taco Bell Chihuahua.
so for the $5, the story of when I took the knot, that would be at Motor City FurCon 2 years ago. I did in fact take the knot from one of my friends who was beyond drunk and drinking straight from the bottle of the Knot rum. And I took the bottle from him, but because I couldn't ask you a question, I just put down the finger. Guys, that is how you play this game. I'm actually very glad that you guys made me tell that story. Now you know how to play the most complicated game
That's
in Kings.
fucking lame.
Yeah, it is. That's because I don't get fucked by dogs. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to say that was lame when the only other story could have possibly been there was a G-Shep banging me up the ass.
Alkali, there's a business that is, in fact, here at this con that sells synthetic, non-mammalian, knot-based simulations.
Didn't think about
Well, I
that.
have a new story. Yes, I said I built it. I didn't think of it like that.
That's the one I wanted.
Here, Alkali, let me describe to you how I answer that one. You
I'm
want
gonna go
to
over
hear
here.
about the story?
Yes.
2 words. Muscle relaxers.
Oh, I remember that phone call. Oh, this is, guys, this is, and I'm so sorry. Okay. Normally we don't tell stories with each other on stage. We make up a name, so I'm gonna call it Drag Whore. So, Drag Whore calls me up at 2 in the morning.
Oh my God.
Alkali, I need your help. What's up? The muscle relaxers wore off. So he's like, well, let me tell you what happened, and I'll let you fill in the blanks from there.
No joke. I genuinely got rear-ended and got whiplash, so my solution once high on muscle relaxers was to get rear-ended again.
It's really a very specific muscle.
You know how sometimes you can be sitting around and the chair you're sitting in makes a fart noise and you're like, I didn't fart, it was the chair. You know that one. So we were sitting around once and he moved the chair and it made this exact noise. This motherfucker, without missing a beat, just goes, did you just fart out the dildo? So, cheers. Also, fingers. Back to Never Have I Ever. All right, back to you guys, audience. We've got a few of us with one finger. Pepper's barely playing anymore. Oh, he's keeping it low. I'm on the down low. I've done one of those things. Never Have I Ever. We got at least one more coming. I did the back into the front here. Crimson, go ahead.
Never have I ever done anything more than marijuana at a convention.
All right. How did you just finish all this shit? Don't do drugs.
This clarifying question rule is fucking me right now.
That's
You can't ask that.
Exactly. No, exactly. Exactly. But we get to ask him. So could you say that question again, asshole? Exactly.
Alcohol's worse.
Go with the current Republican policy interpretation of drug
So
abuse.
you've never done anything other than marijuana at a convention, to which I would drink, because I've definitely done things other than marijuana at a convention.
No, you said other.
This is stronger.
Booze cap.
It's Coors Light. Coors Light.
Crimson, come here. It's a penalty shot time. Guys, give it up for Crimson!
I'm not going to do a full rant, but we all recognize that Coors Light has a much higher body count than marijuana, right?
Very much so.
Right. Okay.
But how does that relate to capitalism?
We don't know. We didn't get $1.
How many beer companies are there in the world?
Shoot.
Yes.
Anheuser-Busch or
Hey, the craft thing is kind of like an indie
Saves it.
express yourself.
Yes. You ruined my argument.
All right,
Okay.
Because we're all learning, we'll go one more, but why don't you stay up here and go down to one finger with me, shall you? Thank you very much.
finger down.
Look at Xander. He's over here. I haven't done anything. Shut up. I love you. All right, one more question. Never have I ever. We did back front, so I'm looking for over here. Anyone else with a... Oh, boy. I'm scared to go back to the same... Go ahead. I can't tell if you're raising your hand or just pointing a gun at me, so but go ahead. He's just sitting there like this. So, don't be sorry.
You were looking over there.
You're fine.
All right.
Never have I ever.
Damn it, I forgot what I was going to say. Never have
That's called alcohol.
never have I ever walked into the wrong hotel room.
That is, no. Okay, so the question is, have you ever been drunk? Yes! All right, who is out? I'm out. Out. Look at you.
Wait, did booze count?
What about me?
Was that,
Yes, who's counts for that one?
okay, then no.
We're all out. Fuck you.
I won. The fuck? I won.
What's up?
I won.
Oh, you're still in?
Yeah.
Never have I ever been a whore.
Fuck, give me a shot.
That's what I thought. Take a drink. It's me.
I love how you have to clarify
Have
that
you not?
it's me, not this.
You really have?
Dude, I can't believe it's not this.
Look at what we do.
My friend, let me explain something very clear to you. You and I are friends at this point, but if you ever spill on my hat again, I will murder you. You're fun. I'm kidding.
Except he's not. No, but maybe.
Where's the last mini Jack bottle?
Oh, I drank
Took
it.
it.
Drink some.
Whiskey was in front. Eat.
Guys,
Do it.
let's give a huge round of applause for Crimson!
Alkali, you're the reason that the After Dark show, which does not happen till fucking 11, is going to be a crime in many Islamic nations. It'll be patently against Sharia law and against the 10th Commandments. The 10th Commandments. The 10 Commandments. Alkali, question. What's the Jewish version of the 10 Commandments? It's just the 10 Commandments, isn't it?
It's just the 10 Commandments.
It's just the 10 Commandments. Fuck. This is going to be against the Beatitudes.
Hold on. I just need to point out what my boyfriend thinks the Jewish 10 Commandments are, which is the 10 Commandments with schmear. He knows me so well.
Look, kosher is great until you realize that you can't have both dairy and meat at the same time. And then kosher sucks, because like you can't have your cream sauce on your... Look.
Can I make a donation for Never Have I Ever?
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. Ask me.
But then also,
one finger, go ahead.
You're gonna hate this?
I hate everything, that's fine.
You're really gonna hate this. Never have I ever downed a shot of hard liquor in one go.
Hold on, everyone needs to drink. Hold on, let me change that up and I'll drink for you, obviously. Put in the thing. I'm sorry, have you never downed a shot of hard liquor in one gulp?
Do you want to try?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is about to happen.
that's mixed. It doesn't count.
I've never had a drink.
Hold on. You've never had a drink in your life?
And the reason is
and the reason is that. Guys, that is not quite what I just did, so to make up for it, I will slowly kill myself.
Alkali, you put somebody on the spot, it didn't work out. I put people on the spot, and it does work out.
80% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Dragor.
What?
Dragor, remove your bald cap.
And put on my wig, not remove my bob cap, put on my wig.
No, I'm saying there's real hair under that, right?
What? Am I missing something? My hair, obviously.
I'm just making a bad joke.
Oh, we're doing that portion. Show off your bald spot.
It's getting it. It's getting there, isn't it?
He has the most luscious hair of the bunch of us.
The reason his hair is going so
Did you
fast
swap out his cheap conditioner and put in the good stuff?
I will have you know I have a wonderful condition called embarrassment, or as the rest of us know it, called alopecia. So it's great. If you
Can it happen to me?
No. If you're starting to bald, you don't get alopecia. You just get more bald. Alopecia is a great one. Where are the bald spots? Back? Receding hairline? Yeah, alopecia is, God's gonna throw a dart at your head, and you're just gonna lose hair in a radius. So mine was right here for about 4 years of my life. This was bald.
I wish I could get some alopecia localized to my nutsack.
Right? Oh my god. Ingrown hairs.
Stop! No! You haven't met my boyfriend. If you think okay, never mind.
Can I ask a personal but dirty question? You don't have to raise your hand. Who here uses conditioner in other places other than their heads?
I just shave it.
I don't use conditioner at all. That's a scam to get you to spend more money from the shampoo lobby. Never mind.
I'm sorry, you're going to shampoo lobby?
If you don't use conditioner.
Your soapbox broke.
I'm out of actual points. Everyone panic.
owns all the shampoo.
I have nothing significant to say anymore.
So the two of us do have, three of us, you're part of this shit. Three of us do have a friend who, as a youth, was struck by lightning. And to this day, he has there's a word for it, I wish I could remember, the very strange...
Struck by lightning-itis?
Thank you! Oh my god, you knew it! Say it again. Lichtenberg figure. He has this beautiful, almost tattoo-looking thing of his cardiovascular system just etched on his body from where he's struck by lightning, but that's not what he loves. What he loves, even though he is legitimately deformed in a way that I think is still very cute, he doesn't grow hair on his nuts anymore.
Oh my god!
It's like one armpit, the other side of where he was struck, like this armpit grows hair. He's like, this is great, it takes me 10 minutes. Boop, going to work.
Did I ever share this?
of Zeus.
Yes, you. the only son of me, Zeus, will be blessed with a hairless nutsack.
Did I ever share with you how in high school a friend of mine and I went to a mad scientist's house?
You didn't share it with us.
Lichtenberg figures there is a guy in the Midwest who was right near where I went to school, and he would get access to the Super Collider in Illinois. And they would sometimes be able to use spare bits of special plastic, and he would make these Lichtenberg figures and sell them. That's not the mad science part. The mad science part is he had enough Transformers in his 3-season room to make a crater if they all blew. And what did he do with this? He shrunk coins. You can take a quarter, and if you put a crap ton of plasma around it and just the right magnetic part, a big explosion happens and the quarter shrinks, and it's really cool.
Was his first name William?
I can find his website. It's very
Last name
90s.
Wonka?
No. No. So my friend and I don't.
With me, and you'll see in a world with pure imagination.
Okay, you know that like crazy bulletproof plexiglass that are at like firing ranges and things?
Yeah.
So he had the encasing of the quarter thing with that, and it was melted and fractured. I'm like, oh, is that just crappy plastic? It's like, no, that's the best you can get. Let's get behind the wall. And
Did someone become the Hulk after this?
I think it explains more of my medical problems being near improper shielding.
No, Dr. Manhattan.
I'm bald enough, except elsewhere.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody oranges for us.
You know the play The Secret Garden?
What the fuck?
I shaved so much for this con, and now instead of having a lot of hair, I just have like a moderate amount of like liquid just hanging out in no specific location.
What are you on?
It's just around. Then you take off, and you're like, that's a weird place to be sweaty. And it's because, look, I'm sorry, people are leaving. I'm sorry. Everyone looks.
Legitimately, the best thing I was ever told was by my ex, who told me that no, I will not be shaving. I'm like, oh, that's fine. If you want to keep the body hair, that's your choice. She's like, no. I just don't want you to hear my farts.
That's why you wear a thong.
You have to be careful that way.
Think about it.
Pepper, you have to be careful because if the cloth piece wears away over long enough time, you have smooth elastic and it kind of goes twang.
I am more interested in Dragger walking around the pool like, hello, boys. Farts and just his dick flies out.
Hey, let me ask you this for you. More, hello.
Hi, I heard Alkali before you, but the Fox and Dixie came up to the room and they brought you food. You're not here for it, and then did you grab the stuff from dealers? Dixie's double checking.
I'm on stage right now, and then I'm going to get the stuff from dealers using the various, hey, this is called flexing again. We're going to use, between Tycho and Alkali, they have enough badges, shields, like the cops. They have enough shields that they can just bypass all rules and get us the thing. And then I'm going to come eat the food. It is. Say that again?
Okay, so you're on stage. Are you leaving stage?
No, everyone can hear you.
Oh, hi everybody.
I'll see you soon, Big Mike.
Here's something you need to realize about one when he says stuff like, they can bypass anything. We can bypass anything?
Casino.
We just hear about it at the end of the con. Usually with reports like this from the hotel. Everything that happened this weekend was to schedule, and we thank you for everything that you have done. Also, why did someone urinate in the chicken? And then we have to write back, convention prerogative, question mark? And then they have to look at the room nights sold, rooms rented, food sold, F&B, and they go, okay.
I don't want to steal your bits, but sorry. Can we do a 5-second stories of a topic that I choose?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Here's a 5-second story. I have to explain. Do we feel the need to explain? Does anyone not understand what the fuck 5-second stories means?
Here we go.
No, I don't.
I will make it very simple. 5-second story is a way for us to get the audience involved. Here's how it works. We're going to give you a topic. We would like to hear your story. We want to hear your story on this topic. However, I'm about to cut you off at 5 seconds.
That's
if you're on the
fucking
last word, if you're getting to the 6 second, that's fine. Keep it under 5 seconds. Why do we do that? Because we found people who think they can talk for 20 minutes. They were us. Sorry. No, it's legit. It is. We have to cut it off eventually, or else not everyone gets a turn. Go ahead and ask your question. I'll call on it. Go ahead.
Weirdest place you ever pissed?
Weirdest place you've ever pissed? 5 second story. Weirdest place you've ever pissed? I went to you first, so go ahead again. My friend in the purple.
That's all you need to know.
Military?
Cemetery.
Cemetery.
Been there.
Crack open a cold one. Gotcha. We're going to stay in the back. Black jacket. Go. Yes.
Bush bus drove by. Bunch of people.
Say it one more time.
Bush bus drove by. Bunch of people.
Bush bus drove by.
Bush. He was at a bush. A bus drove by, and they all saw his junk.
You know,
Did any of them take your phone number?
You know when you do that, you're supposed to have your ass face the road, right?
No, I did not. Over here, fursuiter, white face. White face fursuiter. Yellow fursuiter, you're next. Go ahead. Yes, yell it.
Corner of the living room when I was 5.
5 is too late.
That's still kind of respectable if it's in a house someone you know owned.
Oh, definitely not. Oval Office, motherfucker. Yellow fursuiter, go.
Off the front of an 18th century warship.
All right, at that point, it's just a status symbol. Well done.
It's like pissing off Mount Everest or something. That's kind of cool.
Hey, stop leaving shit on Mount Everest. That place is a shithole.
It's not shit, it's piss.
It's
No,
everything.
it's corpses.
It's a lot of corpses. Do you not know this? Oh my God, it's my favorite thing. Just so you know, if you climb Mount Everest, there are corpses who died in certain, like, stages of life. So like one of them's holding a sandwich, one of them is holding a radio. You actually get to use them as mile markers going up Mount Everest for the most morbid excursion ever. Like, oh, here's fresh, clean air. Here is snow that has not been tainted by pollution. That's technical.
Look, rich white people, there's a fucking penalty to pay if you suck at climbing Mount Everest, apparently.
And the penalty is death.
Sticking towards the middle, go ahead, my friend. 5 second story.
Middle of the field in Alaska, frozen in a portal shitter with a handheld flashlight at midnight.
You need to take better vacations.
Like, who put the porta potty in the middle of the Alaska wilderness?
It blew there during a tornado.
Wait, did they do the boiling water trick with your dick? Is that what you did? What?
Ooh! Sticking towards the middle. I saw somebody over here. Black, yes.
Just a hammock. It's off the side.
Hold on. When I lay in a hammock, I lay on my back. Did you go straight up and just enjoy your day, or were you angling it? Oh, you were just How'd you spend your day? Pissing on myself in a hammock. It's how I live. Go ahead, my friend.
BLFC 2019, don't look at my chair, next person.
Enjoy the cleanup fees. Front row, go.
18th hole in front of a retirement home.
That's just fucking sick.
No, that is legit. They piss wherever they want.
Exactly.
They get to wear diapers. Look, not the biggest guy in the baby fur thing. If you are, that's great. I just want to wear diapers. They sound very convenient. Let's just be honest.
If you made a Twitch channel, then there you go.
The worst place I've ever pissed? Oh no. All right, so there's no. Yeah, I can easily define worst, but I can't define. Awful good. Okay, thank you. That makes me feel better. Why don't you guys go, because you guys know what I did.
Okay.
So, try to do 5 seconds if you can.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
5 seconds?
Yeah.
Live sulfur vent in a dormant volcano crater.
You're passing, you're drinking. Xander chooses to pass, you have to take 2 large sips. It's a double shot to pass on a question. You're getting asked a direct question.
And there was charity money.
Final answer.
Microphone.
No, I wrote it down.
Go ahead. Are you just gonna go pee in the corner?
He's peeing.
Hey, you know what? I'll take the 2 sips.
Taking the 2 shots. Pepper.
So I have a thing where I get drunk, where I piss in various bad places. That's kind of characteristic when I get super drunk. So in this order, Xbox, laptop, they kicked me in the dick. Someone's a couch that was white at a fur con that I lifted the lid of. Closet, then more dragged me from the closet mid-piss into the thing. I was like a goddamn fire extinguisher, but of piss. He put me into the shower, because, you know, it's a catch-all. That's more than 5 seconds.
I'm going to expound on his 5 seconds because you all need to know this story. Let's go with behind the stage immediately after an After Dark show into a beer bottle at this hotel.
It was not a beer bottle. It was a gigantic. It
was Red Solo cup.
It was a pint glass. It was basically a pint plastic cup. And at the time, I was like, I have to pee really bad. We were 5 seconds into the show. So I took a pee. I just went like, hey guys, I'm gonna take a pee. Then I went back and I was like, ha ha ha. And then I come back on stage. And then like 15, 20 minutes later, I'm like, I have to pee again. I'm like, ha ha ha. And I pee again. Then afterwards, I'm walking by with basically 2 frosty beers of to the brim human piss. So then I walk. I'm like, excuse me, this is piss. And people go, oh. Like their mind processes it. Like you're not ready for, hi, this is piss. Excuse me. Like no one's ready for that. Did that, went to the bathroom, boom, slam dunked 2 giant cups of piss into a toilet. That toilet couldn't even handle how much piss. That would've been like a porn for how much toilets taking a certain amount of piss.
He's still going because he wants someone else to talk.
How did you bring it back to piss?
I peed so much one time that the toilet flushed itself.
Ready? Piss.
Fun fact. I can't remember if this is China or places near China, but drinking human urine is not necessarily that frowned upon in certain Asian countries. So is it India? Where they're like, yo, there's certain health benefits, like drink some pee. Cow is a religious thing because Hindus like cows. So they so if you commit sins against Hinduism and against cows, one of the recommended punishments is that you go hang out with cows and drink cow piss for a while. That's not something I made up for comedy. that is a real fucking thing.
That's utterly amazing.
Have you been a 14th century Indian Hindu? You ain't drank cow piss.
Correct, I have not drank cow piss. Thank you for establishing that, Pepper.
You guys ever drink CALPIS calpis?
Calpis?
Yeah, it's a Japanese beverage. It's like a milky yogurt drink. Tell me about your favorite yogurt product.
Still waiting.
Oh, nice.
I can't beat the audience's reaction. You're cultured, very well done. All right, back to you. That was a little over 5 seconds, but it happened.
I don't want to shame people who drink piss, okay?
Okay, I understand.
It's fine, probably.
Back to your piss stories.
You just drank beer.
Oh. If you don't know what I do, I am a commodities broker. Commodities brokers cannot leave the desk. We have a bucket under the desk just for this occurrences. I am now on my 5th time. So, this is how we do our job. We piss at the desk.
One thing that Alkali and Japanese video game developers have in common.
That's pretty legit.
Sleeping and pissing at your own desk.
Okay,
and streamers.
Here's one for y'all.
Fuck.
Pepper, you were trying to get something on topic, so let's do what is the tropiest D&D thing that's happened in your real life? RPG, anything. What is a game trope that happened to you for realsies?
Oh, that's totally easy.
Define trope.
No. Here, let me help you out. The easiest trope that has ever happened was trying to get into a public building that had a security guard up front that obviously was the character from Final Fantasy. Are you on the list? Well, no, I'm here for this. Are you on the list? Well, I'm here for this. Are you on the list? Well, I was supposed to. Are you on the list? Today, I showed up here at 10 o'clock. Are you on the list? And he did that to me without stopping or letting me finish a sentence for at least a minute, and then I just walked past him. Yeah, that was the most tropiest thing. The guy who only has one goddamn response. So, Tropiest,
Tropiest or Xander, don't you have like a random encounter IRL experience relatively recently? Didn't you have a city experience?
Yeah, cool.
I think I already talked about that.
Oh, you did that? You've had a few.
I mean, yeah. Talk about it anyways.
Yeah, anyway, I was biking home, and randomly in the street, a young feller. Oh, I kicked over the coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, a random feller saw me in the street, and he looked at me, and he flashed me a gang symbol. And I didn't know how to react.
Wait, was it this one?
It was blood.
No, it was something. Yeah, you would know.
Where you were at, it was blood, or you were being shot.
Yeah, well, I didn't know how to react. I was just like, good sir. And I biked on by.
Wait, were you wearing blue?
Nope.
Maybe.
Maybe a little. Dude, we're from the south side of Chicago.
Oh, no.
It's bullets, gang signs, and glorious Mexican food.
If he thought I was in a gang, there's something really wrong.
I think it was because, your head's a little short, so he was probably just telling you.
Is that some weird gang stereotype we're not aware of?
No,
if your head is really short, you're in a gang.
No, he's saying, you look like a Nazi. White boy, come at me. And
You look like a Nazi? Hey, baby.
I'm sorry.
You wanna mind my terms?
Pepper, what is your story?
This is kind of not quite breaking the rules, but like the most RPG thing that happened to me was back in my college days when we were in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Small town known as Indiana, Pennsylvania. We were when we would try to gain entrance to a building, you'd see the NPC out front. This is a fucked up thing because the right calls people NPCs like on the left, and that's shitty because it means nothing. All right. But anyway, we would see the guy out front working his shitty wage job. Another way to say NPC. And they're like, you cannot enter. They didn't say that. They're like, you're 20. This is a bar, so you cannot enter the bar. So we just went like, oh, that sucks. So like Final Fantasy 5 style, you just walked around the bar to the back of the bar. Just walk the fuck in. Now we're in the bar. Like it was. That happened a lot. Occasionally there'd be a staircase involved. You have to go through someone's apartment complex, then walk down the stairs and like, hey, okay, I got a Miller Lite. Woo! You know how many episodes of Girls Gone Wild were filmed in my college town? 2. You know how many episodes of Campus PD were filmed in our town? They tried to do 1, then they crashed their helicopter into a fucking house. That just happened. I have no joke. No one died, so it's fun to laugh at.
What the fuck?
Campus PD, they're like, we're gonna catch people running from the cops. It's like, you're gonna catch your ass running into a house. Indiana, Pennsylvania, where...
And these folks were still allowed to...
That's how it works. That's why we need socialism. Go!
Indiana, Pennsylvania, where your educational dreams and helicopters go to die.
We're going to end off this show with what we promised. Guys, we got a little more than 10 minutes left. I'm going to turn the whole thing over. Guys, this person has been running improv with me for years now. Let's give a huge round of applause for the MC of Charity. Who's my family? Trevor! You get your ass over here.
All right, so we have a thing. I have a list of games here. And let's do it. Oh, you know what? We've been talking about doing it. We didn't do it, and it's 18 plus. So we're gonna start with. We're gonna try. Let's do Xander and Alkali. You want to see Xander and Alkali play together on stage?
What?
Yes! Okay, so here's how this is gonna work. This game is called 5-Word Fuck. And the way this works is we're gonna come up with a vocabulary and we're gonna give them a scene and they're gonna act out the scene and only their vocabulary is going to at most consist of 5 words. So I'm gonna tell you all to start thinking about a word now, think about it ahead of time. While they're doing the scene, I'm gonna collect the words. And then after about 30 seconds at a time, I'm gonna call freeze. They're gonna learn the next word. So to start with, their first word might be cheese, and they can only speak to each other using the word cheese. So I can turn to Xander and go, cheese? Cheese. Cheese.
So it's all about
And then he will respond with various forms of cheese. And then we are going to add another word and another word up to 5, and we're going to watch them be maniacs. So, to start with, we need a scene. What are they doing? What is an activity that they are doing?
Interracial pornography.
No!
Damn it.
It's funny because it's appropriate. Blind date.
Socialist revolution. Marx and Engels.
We're doing blind date.
Before we start this, I want to.
Dodgeball tournament.
Thank you. I just want to. No, don't worry about it.
Convention board meeting.
We already have a topic. No, if you want to change it to the convention chairman, he's the one person who can override. Guys, if you haven't noticed, we're trying something a little different here. This is BLFC. I was here last year. Last year, you guys did something that was just unheard of. I went out on the stage at closing ceremonies. I just reminded you who we were, and the influx of charity was unbelievable. This year, we're just kind of leaving the hat out. So I'm reminding you this is for charity. The hat's going to be passed around. Once again, if you can give, give. But we are the furry fandom. We are going to take care of our own. And right now, our own are a bunch of very large cats that we can help when they can't help themselves. Guys, this charity is out there taking care of the big cats that are going to be in this area, making their lives better, and it's not something that these animals can do for themselves. If you can give, give. If you can't give, please enjoy the show, and thank you very much.
Well, we're saying our cats are so dumb that if you don't pay, they'll just die.
Okay, so.
Put another 20 in, can I take some more shots?
What?
If I
Not
put
yet,
another
find
20
me
in,
later.
Drink more alcohol.
Find me later. The convention chairman is
Wait.
there. I definitely shouldn't smoke
We're
pot
doing
in
this
front of all
hard.
of you.
We're doing this hard mode.
It's coming next.
We're doing this hard mode. We're doing all 3 of you for this. Fuck it. We're trying it.
Okay.
What did you just do?
Nothing. I love you.
You're an ass. Okay. Think of a word. Raise your hand. You have a word.
Really?
Nah. Okay. Here we go. All right. Think of your next word. We're going to start performing. I will silently come around and just call it out so I have it ready to go. Oh my God, stop. You can earn your treat after this game.
I get treats. He's like fucking Popeye.
Oh. Okay. Pepper.
Are they home?
The 3 of you.
Pepper.
Eloquence.
No,
You gotta do it.
We have our. Oh my God. Okay.
You came in here to start.
Please clap.
Thank you, Jeff Bush.
Wait. Which politician are you?
Anyone who just recorded that, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Drago,
All
pass
right.
it around the audience.
All right. We are passing this around. Please keep passing the hat. We are playing 5-word fuck. The first word, the 3 of you may only speak to each other.
Oh, we're doing all 3 of us?
All 3 of us.
Oh,
fuck
fuck.
you. You earned it.
Hold on. Give us a second.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna, let's see. Okay, I've got 2. Once I get that going and once they get going, we're gonna do this. So the first word is gonna be not. They are all on a blind date somewhere. Not.
As the only canine.
Okay.
Call it, Drago.
I'm getting the stopwatch. And go.
Not.
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 Please. Cyber.
Cybernaut. Cybernaut. Not cyber.
Not cyber.
Not cyber.
Cybernaut.
Ooh.
Cyber.
Cyber.
No, cyber.
Cyber. Cyber.
Cybernaut.
Cybernaut.
Freeze. Clam.
Not clam.
Cyber clam?
Not cyber.
Clam.
Clam. Not cyber. Clam not cyber. Cyber clam.
Clam not cyber.
Clam not cyber.
Clam not
Cyber clam. Cyber clam.
Freeze.
Canasta.
Canasta? Canasta?
Canasta.
Canasta? Canasta? Not.
Oh. Cyber canasta.
Cyber canasta?
Not.
Freeze. Xander.
Not Xander.
Not Xander.
Not Xander.
Not Xander.
Not in Xander.
Get a round of applause.
Not Xander.
All right.
Never underestimate the power of small words. If you want to fuck that up, just say the word "and."
Okay.
Widens your shit.
Pepper, shut the fuck up. Don't tell them how to ruin my games.
Okay, so we're going to have this.
Oh no.
We're going to have this.
Oh,
and we're going to have this. Each of these are going to be our possessed objects. Each of these objects is going to get imbued with a quirk. Anytime a person is holding one of these objects, they must behave in accordance with that quirk. Yes, you can hold more than one item at a time.
What is it, quirk? Quirk, not a quirk.
You can hold multiple quirks at a time. You can only own one space station bar at a time. All right, anyway, Star Trek humor. All right, you hold that. You hold that. You hold that. Okay, so first things first. Let's get the quirks. We need a quirk, and that is going. We'll figure out which goes on what.
A volunteer fireman who is also on fire.
Okay.